morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, and we're so happy to have you here, sunning up with us on our couch. And I hope that you have been enjoying the conversations that we've been having with our guest. Our first guest was a representative from the Caribbean Development Bank, and they were talking about the inaugural visit of their president, Dr. Jean Leon, and of course, what all projects they're going to be funding in the country. And those projects will be announced on Thursday, so stay tuned for that release. And then we were followed by a conversation with members of the Rheumatoid Arthritis and Lupus Association of Belize, and increasing that awareness of what lupus and rheumatoid arthritis are about and how our community can contribute. Because, as you was rightly said, the cost of treatment is expensive, and there's about 50 beneficiaries in that organization. So your contribution goes a long way in ensuring that their quality of life is improved. So if you want to know more about them, follow them on their social media pages and stay tuned for everything that's coming up. And now let's have our third guest, our Miss Anne Cuvas. Good morning, Miss Anne. How are you doing today?
I am terrific. All bright.
All right.
All
fancy.
It goes with your energy.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
Yes.
That's
So-
always positive.
Yeah, so the conversation we're going to be having today is about the launch of your online academy and arts in particular.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
So is there anybody that's thinking about how can they participate and benefit from this online academy? This is the opportunity for you. So let's get on with it.
Yes. Thank you guys for having me here. I feel energy whenever I'm here
Yes.
at Sun Up 7. It's wonderful. I have had this project in mind for some years now. I've been in the educational field for almost 30 years. And so it has developed and it has evolved. And COVID-19 has opened up the eyes to say, listen, within a classroom with four walls, that's not all it. We need to be more progressive.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that over the years, our students have, more or less expressed their complaints.
Yeah.
That being in a classroom for almost 6-7 hours with 8 different subjects with one teacher can become very tedious and boring sometimes.
Yes.
And so I have spoken to many educators over the years, and they said, we could make this more fun. We could make education more fun and educational. And so I got together, and these beautiful 4 people that I have right now, what we're doing is that we're doing the core subjects, which are English and math, because those are the 2 subjects that really, over the years, have given a lot of problems for our students.
Okay.
Especially math. It's very difficult because I myself didn't learn really good math until university when I had a great teacher.
Okay.
And
See,
so
that makes a
that's-
difference.
Exactly.
The great teacher.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that was the problem. And so many times when our kids take these standardized tests, like what I call it common entrance back in my days. Don't worry about the back in days. I still look good.
I love it. It's PSC now.
Yes, right. You were like stigmatized because if you didn't do well, you didn't get into the good schools, which wasn't fair because a one-day standardized test should not tell me if I'll be successful or not.
Yeah.
I
And
agree
lots
with
of
you.
these other kids have, you might be academically inclined, but a lot of these kids are expressively inclined.
Yeah.
And so we need to bring that out. A lot of our kids are talented. We only see talented kids when they're on TV for some other reason. But we need to bring that out. And so this online School of Academy and Arts is going to bring that out. We have Ms. Stephanie Koyi, who is a wonderful music teacher. She's been doing that for years. And then we have Mr. Kirkland Smith, who again is a great art teacher, who has been doing that for years. So they love what they do because that's one of the things that we wanted. We wanted people who would teach a subject that they love.
Yeah.
And it goes the same thing with the English teacher and the math teacher. And they're both from Punta Gorda. And so putting together all these combinations will make you feel as if you want to be in school, especially for our boys. For over the years, it has shown statistically that our boys are really not interested in going to school. And I don't blame them because really everything is geared towards our girls.
Yeah,
Our
that's
girls
true.
are they know what they want, they go after it. Our boys are like, okay, today I might want it, today I might not.
Yeah, but
And-
also it has to do with the concept of art, where art is at some point attributed to like femininity, where we're bombarded by this toxic masculinity that is, as long as a guy says, hey, I want to try some art, I want to try some cooking, I want to try some music, you're stigmatized or sometimes bullied for going in there.
Exactly, and I'll be very honest, the best guys who I've had are best cooks. I don't know
Oof.
about the girls, okay?
Oof.
They're very good cooks.
Ay, ay, ay.
You take a guy, put it in front of a barbecue. Hey, it's really good.
Yeah.
So and that's one of the things that we have been denying a lot because our guys can really get behind a kitchen and do something. Like me, I'm opposite. I don't like the kitchen thing, but the guys they do. And so these are the things that will bring them out, and even art because it also goes with your mental health.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Especially now, since we've been going through this for almost 2.5 years. I mean, that's some of the way that you can bring out your expression by drawing, by painting, music, by making it soothing, teaching you some type of musical instrument. And so our kids need that. And hence the reason why we're doing this. And it's online so it can all across the country.
Yeah.
Because then you're not limited to a city or a rural area. Wherever you are, as long as you have online access, you'll be able to be with us. And so we're trying to get this out at the end of February.
Okay.
We had put on the poster February 12th, but some people had asked us to hold on a bit. And so we said, okay, fine. So we're going to push it back to the end of February all the way until June. And if it works out well, we go through into summer. Because I believe that strongly the academic is great, but if you look at universities that really accept you into their colleges, you're going to see that they want to see what type of expressive arts you have done.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
that's important.
Yeah.
Academic is good, but to be a holistic approach,
Yes.
you need both the academics and the arts. And I think that it's time for Belize to get on board with that,
Yeah.
along with being online.
Yeah. So
I think-
how can people go ahead?
Sorry, I think and we had a conversation about this, Kevin, way back, was people don't understand really, like we say we understand, but we don't understand the importance of arts and how it's not only for the other people out there, but for us. Because think of it, you ever had a heartbreak, anything really bad ever happened to you in general,
Yeah.
where do you go? You straight go for, think of, you want to go paint, you want to go and watch the game, you want to go and possibly listen to music, you want to do these things, you want to cook, you want to do these things that are therapeutic to you. And so you turn to these things because they provide that support,
That's
you know? But we're not thinking of people that want to be in that market and provide that support for others. So we don't see the importance, but when the time comes, we do need it.
Exactly. And again, it brings out our talented young folks.
Yes.
Because even with singing and dancing and drama, a lot of our kids can really get on stage and do a thing, you know.
Yes.
I mean, we have very raw talent, and we can see it when the guys come here and they play like football, and they're natural at it. We need to hone in on these skills for our young people, because really and truly, if you notice nowadays, people who are getting scholarships are the ones who are doing sports, volleyball, basketball. Lots of our kids can do that. You know, we need to ensure that we hone in on those skills and help them to develop it. And then it helps our country too.
Definitely.
Because it puts us on the market. They're like, oh, who is that kid? Oh, he's from
Yeah.
Belize. Oh, wow, let's go to Belize.
Yeah.
You know, so it also, it's an evolving, and it's also interactive when it comes to teacher and student. And that's one of the things that was missing a lot, because growing up over the years, you're in this setting of the same classroom with the same teacher doing the same thing. I remember a few years ago, one of the kids came down, and this was an infant one child. He was like 5 years old. And I was in that class teaching at the time, and they were like, okay, miss, you already know what's going to happen in September. So I was like, what are you talking about? And he said, you're going to teach us about 10th of September and 21st and all that. We already know that in preschool. You know, and that tells you how monotonous our curriculum is.
Definitely is.
And so it opened
And
your
some
eyes.
of them
like-
use the same lesson plans.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Recycle it, boo-boo.
Recycle it.
you know,
Oh.
and which isn't fair, because
No.
every lesson plan should be different, catered to your children.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because not every child that you get are the same. And so we're trying to do all of that with this. So we're asking everyone, you know, it's right there on the screen there for you. You can give me a call at 664-7999. It's an easy number for you to remember. The cuvasann@gmail.com. Get in touch with me. If you want to sign up, it's a QR code right there that you can just click on, because we're trying to do everything that's technological now.
I love
Everything's
it.
like, I'm still learning it, people.
Okay.
We all are, trust me.
I know, it's like, right? And so so we're trying to make it as easy and as convenient for everyone. And if they have any questions, the information is right there. We have at least 100 years of people of educational background, of people on this online academy, and we're looking forward to making it go into one of these days into a classroom maybe, and so it can be something where people can be able to express themselves. So it's not only going to have arts, we're also going to incorporate sports. I think our kids
okay.
are now, if you notice, our youths love cycling. So we're trying to do all of that too. Our kids are loving the basketball, the football, the volleyball. All those things need to come on board along with the academics, because then we need, as I said, we need to ensure that our youths are holistic. Plus, make sure that they're busy,
Yeah.
because we don't want idle children around or idle youths, because that can cause chaos. And I think once we do this, that's one of the ways of getting our kids really interested in school and want to go back and want to be there, because many of our youths drop out of school for various reasons. But I know for boys, one of the many reasons are, they tell you they're bored. They want hands-on. They want to make things. They want to put things together. And even now with COVID-19, technological wise, we need to get into the sciences more too. We need to figure out how we ourselves, I'm sure some of our bush medicine can cure some of these diseases that we have. We need to get people more to do hands-on. And I
Yeah.
think once we do that for our youths, our educational system will go back to where it was in the 70s and 80s,
Yeah.
which is it right now.
Yep.
So, Ms.
And I
Anne,
totally
we
see a value for for this kind of curriculum that you're bringing, because we've been talking about how can we change our society. And one of the key things that comes is that we have a lot of young people that are dealing with generational trauma.
Yes.
So having the opportunity to engage in art not only makes education holistic and you're able to target different areas, but also on the person itself, you're able to have more healed young people out there. So I can see how that itself changes the country, because we're able to move progressively in a better, healthier way, where the development, I mean, is going to be quite different from what we've been going through.
Yes.
Most
Yeah.
definitely. So I know you said that you're pushing it back to in February, like ending of February.
Yes.
When it comes to a quota, do you guys have a quota of how much students you're looking for right now, and how does it run out? Like the times
And
that
the
we're going to
cost.
be having, and also the cost, so people can be able to have a ballpark number and also know when it comes to schedule-wise what they need to do.
Well, these online classes are only on Saturdays, so because I know they're going back into school now, hybrid, whether fully back or hybrid learning. So it's only on Saturdays. This music and the art are going to be in the morning. So it's going to be like from 10 to 12, of course, break in between. And then the English and the math, that begins at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The cost is $250. It's $125 when you first, and then $125 a month later. The art supplies are all included in that, because you actually get the art supplies along with your package of $250.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And the musical instruments also. So the musical instrument, which is the flute, we start off with that. And all the art supplies that you will need for the class for painting and everything will be given along with that package. So that will be yours.
Nice.
And so it's going to go until June 18th,
Okay.
and every Saturday. And we're looking at least between 25 to 30 students to be in a class session.
Okay.
We may want more, but that depends on, because we're looking at more quality than quantity.
Yes.
So we want to ensure that each child gets a full background by the end of June of the arts and the academy and the academics part of it. So it's important that, yes, we want as much as we could in a classroom because it's online, which is good, but we also want to ensure that each child gets the best out of it.
Yeah.
And so we're looking at that 25 to 30 margin.
Yeah. And one question with that is, do you have an age range of students that you're looking at? Can
Yes,
you
we're mainly looking at our standard 4, 5, and 6 students.
Okay,
One of
what-
the many
what age
reasons,
is that?
Those are like 9 to 13-year-olds.
Okay, okay.
Yes, and we're looking at that because our students in the elementary schools, primary schools, are the ones who suffered the most during these 2 years.
Yes.
They're the ones, high school and sixth form people, they're going to be okay. They're going to make it through with a lot of help and continued support because they're a little bit older, so they're a little bit more mature.
Yeah.
But our younger ones are the ones who suffer the most.
Okay.
And they're going to transition into high school. So we need to ensure that they're cemented and grounded and they feel comfortable and they feel academically ready to enter high school when it's time. Because 2 years is a lot. It's a loss
Definitely
for a
is.
lot of people,
Definitely.
for a
That's a
lot of
big
kids.
gap.
It's a huge gap. And to the teachers who are going back into the classroom, hopefully in September fully, kudos to you all because it's going to be a lot of work that would need to get done to get back those 2 years. And because our parents have been overwhelmed, our children have been frustrated, I think the ministry has done what they could to get our children back into the classroom. So it's a lot of work behind the scenes. And so it's going to be a holistic approach that we need to take for our children for them to get back on par.
Definitely.
Most definitely. I really have to just commend you, Miss Anne, but I mean, I always expect these things from you either way because of the caliber of person that you are and the passion that you have for young people in general. But I just really want to thank you and the team too as well. Don't want to miss out any of them because I think this is definitely something that's called for now, especially seeing the gap that's going to be happening. Well, that is happening with our young people and looking at 9 to 13 years old in that elementary gap. I know Phil and I were talking about, how they're really missing out on a lot and how they're struggling to get back. And so I feel like combined with what they're already doing in school, with your online academy, they're going to be able to be prepared a little bit more for when September comes. So a little bit of less hassle for the teachers when they go back.
And yes,
And
exactly.
I just love the initiative. So people out there, Miss Anne, give a number in a 664-799-9999. All the nines at the back, but that's supposed to be 3 9s, I believe. So, but
Yes, it's
make
3
sure
9.
you reach out. The flyer is on her Facebook page. Please, by all means, it's very affordable. It includes the whole package with art supplies and everything. But think of art as this, not just something that maybe it's an extracurricular for your child, but think of it as a way of life. Because when you think about what you do when you're upset, what show you to watch, which
Music
game you
you're
to listen to, all these different things, you turn to art on a daily basis. Every single day you turn to art. And so let these children turn to it as well and be able to benefit from it in every way possible. So think about that when you're thinking, if I should or shouldn't register my child in this online academy. And so again, thank you so much, Ms. Anne, for this.
You are welcome. Thank you for having me here.
Always,
you.
always. You always welcome Panis coach. His coach love you. I watch Fanta the match today.
You and your
Yeah,
bright,
we have a
you,
vibe.
Yeah, you and your bright self.
Yes.
We
It's a
love the
natural
energy.
thing.
We
It's
love
a
the
natural
energy.
thing.
Yeah.
Next time we are dancing and come back.
Yes,
yeah?
we will. I have no problem with that.
I
girl.
love it. We'll put it
Yes.
back into it.
Yeah.
All right, all right,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
With that, we go to our next commercial break. And in the spirit of love, how about we run for that love in a 15K marathon? When we're back, no, Kevin, no? No, okay. But we'll be talking about that and how you can be able to run for that Cupid's bow, Cupid arrow, and a 15K marathon coming up very soon. Stay tuned for that conversation.